Are we going to do a live stream tonight? Question. Are we going to have 3 hosts tonight? Question. Will the hosts be Dave, Matt, and Rob? Question. I honestly, because I watched the Grand Prix late, I fell asleep and missed probably the last 6-7 laps. So I woke up to the memes on Monday morning.
The greatest meme.
I was like, this is a joke. Meme. This is a joke, isn't it? I then had to rewatch the race just to see it. I didn't believe it.
It was beautiful.
Hey,
it was like this asked for a race and it said, "This is what I want." You know, it's like a TV show where it's like, vote for your favorite moment. Would you like Lewis Hamilton to launch himself into the air? Push the red button, and everyone pushed it. would you like Ferrari just to not even try? Push the green button. Just also, do you? Max probably just sat there and went, "This is. I feel like this is too easy. Has someone cheated?" Like, I'm surprised no one's questioned his car and just. It's how I play F1, Dave. I turn ability down, aggression completely down to 0, and then it's just a peaceful drive.
Yeah, you start at the back. You start at the back and just see how many cars you can pass while they're all.
It was like a Gran Turismo challenge, or just you do it because there's an achievement of like win from the back, but it doesn't say anything about difficulty.
I actually wrote down the progression, right? So he started 14th.
Yep.
Lap 1, 8th.
Yep.
6 cars on lap 1. Safety car, lap 2 to 4. So not allowed to overtake then.
No overtake. Fair enough.
Lap 5, 2 cars into 6. Lap 6 into 5th. Lap 7, 4th. Lap 8, 3rd. Lap 11, Sainz pits, so took 2nd. Lap 12 passes Perez for the lead.
This is
12 laps.
This is no different to last year with Mercedes at Interlagos, where Hamilton was just like passing people, and everyone's like, "Oh, what a wonderful drive!" I'm like, "You had the most OP engine out there, and we were just driving past people. Like, that's not being a great driver."
Yeah.
Well,
we all know the great saying. He only knows how to start in first, because if he starts anywhere else, he flies himself to the moon.
Yeah. Well, we've got it on the background tonight. It was that good.
Yeah.
So F1 this weekend. It was a great race.
I can barely remember it. I feel like we should do this like Monday lunchtime, so I can remember what happened.
I'll sum it up for you, Rob. The internet was blessed with 4 million Lewis Hamilton memes.
Yeah.
Max went for a bit of a Sunday cruise. Could have stopped off and, I don't know, picked up eggs and bread on the way home.
He didn't have a spin this time and still win.
No, that's why he won by so much this time.
Yeah.
Could he do it in like 1 lap backwards? Like just spin the car around and just reverse it just to show.
He did actually have a video the other day.
Yeah, against Yuki.
Yeah.
He had a race against, and Yuki crashed.
Yuki bins it straight up.
I'm not even, how many rounds have we got left now? 8?
8. I heard he could wrap it up in Singapore if everything goes to plan. I mean, if Lewis does what Lewis does and Ferrari do what Ferrari have been doing.
It's his championship now. It's over.
You know what he should do, Dave? In other sports, when they bring on like in some games, they let their kid come on just as a laugh. Like in other sports, they sub them on in the 90th minute. I reckon Max should just pit with the last lap and let, I don't know, if he's got like a 20-year-old kid, just let him drive.
No, he is only like 20.
Yeah.
I think has he got a sister?
Let his sister drive.
Yeah.
I'd say let his mum drive, but should probably do pretty well.
Just let his dad come in for
Well, his mum was
last.
like a champion rally driver or something, wasn't
Then
she?
chuck her
Or
in.
go-kart.
Go-karter, I think.
Go-kart, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be right.
So
Chuck her in.
Or get thingy in. Get Yoss in.
We'll get the whole
Then
family
then he
to have
could
a race series.
Yeah, he could at least have a race win to his name.
Could he put like his dad and mum on the front of the car and do like one of those when they pick up the drivers when their car breaks down and just go for a victory lap?
Get in the 3-seater.
Yeah, just do like in like the Tour de France where they have the last race that doesn't really count. Just have him go around in a victory lap. and then just before the end, rip some donuts. Because
that should be a challenge, like 3 wildcard laps during the race or something. He has to rip a donut.
So he's got to go backwards, rip a donut, and have his dad on the back fin.
How does this all look for Perez though? Because like Perez, where did he start? Second, and
finished second.
So that's good.
But his teammate came from miles back and left him for dead in the same car.
Yeah. It's a bit like
the same car.
Bottas though. And same car.
It's like Lando and Danny.
Yeah.
The senior driver can't keep up with the kid.
Yeah.
Are we talking? We were talking about that. You guys talked about that last week, didn't you?
What was that?
Danny Ricciardo out.
Well, now I think there's 3 Australians that are going to be racing.
Where?
I don't think Jack's going to get.
Your brother's got a couple of years yet.
Oh, I mean, they're talking that he's going to jump on in, and we're going to have 3 Australians, no more Canadians.
He did pretty well last week.
That was his first good weekend of the year, though, wasn't it?
He's had he's had 1 win before and a couple of podiums. He usually loses the front wing in one race each week.
I feel like everyone's getting excited, and they're just picking random Australians to join F1.
Yeah.
I heard Mark Webber's coming back because he's got nothing better to do.
Well, this rate, we might have none. We haven't heard what happened with the contract recognition board yet, have we?
No.
When's that meant to come through?
I thought they were meeting on Monday over it. But I haven't seen a news story on it. So,
well, I did see that Ferrari have not re-signed Mick Schumacher as their development driver.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, and Haas has pretty much said that he's out.
Yeah. Who's taking the Haas seat? Latifi?
Whoa, Dan and Latifi, the powerhouse team.
I don't know why Dan would, because a lot of people are saying about Dan going to Haas.
Yeah.
I can't see that.
Well, it sounds like he's only got Haas and Alpine, from what I've
Alpine, Haas, or
I think
Williams.
He's got everyone that's got a free seat at the moment.
If he goes to Alpine and he gets his ass kicked by Ocon,
he's done.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
But then there's so many talks about Gasly going to Alpine and punching on with Ocon constantly.
So that's 2 seats available at AlphaTauri.
Yeah.
For Dan and Piastri.
Yeah.
Oh,
2 Aussies.
And
an Australian
in a shootout to replace Perez.
All Aussie adventures.
Because
Dan to replace Perez in 2024?
If someone goes to AlphaTauri and proves himself to be good, they will replace Perez.
And Perez will go down to AlphaTauri, or is he just on his way, on his horse?
He goes back to Mexico into retirement.
But Red Bull have so many development drivers at the moment. They'd have to pull someone from...
Who really would you... Is Liam Lawson really close enough? Because he's probably the top of the pile.
Lawson did amazing at DTM, but he's just seems to be struggling a bit this year. He's actually had a few pretty good races in Formula 2.
But there's no standout in Formula 2 this year, though, is there?
Not really.
Like you really you need to have like a George Russell kind of year, Oscar Piastri, where you actually dominate it to, you know, make. There's got like Nick de Vries or whatever that won the championship never has has not yet made it to Formula One.
No,
Oscar Piastri hasn't made it to Formula One.
Well, he's made it to Twitter F1 and just said that he's not racing.
Because Dragovic in Formula 2, he's taken a fairly good lead and had a pretty good year. He's had a couple of horrible races.
Is that like a Joyland Palmer kind of year, though, where you've beaten, like you've won in a year that's no one else has really put together a season, and you're the closest?
Yeah, probably. I don't know how many races we've got left.
Middle of this week. Well, that's now.
This is late in the week. Middle of the week's Wednesday. Yeah, middle of the week's Wednesday. This is Thursday night. We should have the news by now.
Yeah.
So what happens if Alpine, if they come back and
we've lost Matt.
So I am racing for you.
Sorry, we lost you, Matt, for a minute there. Well, I lost you at least. I'm not sure about everyone else.
I thought he was just stuck there. I thought he was frozen in time.
So what was the question?
What happens if they find out Alpine's the only one with a contract? They're not going to take him if he's only got that contract.
It gets complicated then, because then do McLaren pay out Alpine for him, or do Alpine try and force him into the car for the year, or as I said, at the moment I'd probably be looking at that Alpine seat more favourably than the McLaren, because you got a better chance of beating Ocon than what you do Norris.
True. So do we think it's a shit car? The McLaren do have garbage cars?
I don't think it's a shit car. I think
it needs a very specific driving style.
I don't think Danny's good enough to adjust his driving style for the car. Lando supposedly struggled with it, but he struggled with it as well. But he adapted and he's doing well. And that makes or break a driver. If you can adapt to any car and do well with it, you're going to be a great driver. But if you jump in a car and go, "Oh, this is not good. It doesn't brake how I want to. Or it doesn't turn how I want to," then maybe
which it did take him. What was about half a season at Renault before he really started to get on top of the Renault, because he looked pretty ordinary against Hülkenberg at the start of the season, and then just come on strong and destroyed him the second half.
Yeah.
So, and just on that with Kyle, with Tsunoda getting the F1 drive, that had a lot more to do with him being Japanese and Honda rather than actually how good he was. So, unfortunately, Lawson doesn't have quite the same.
No.
New Zealand doesn't have the same kind of marketing pull as what Japan does.
Lawson getting into F1 is not going to bring more than about 30 people to watch.
Well, that's all of New Zealand, Rob. They can't bring all of them in.
No.
Stop talking about the seventh state like that.
But Sainz was fantastic in the McLaren.
He was a lot closer than what Dan was.
And that was
he was pretty level pegging with Norris.
Yeah, but that was a complete different car though. Like that was a complete different everything. But even Sainz has still struggled with Ferrari, but he's doing well now.
Yeah, he hasn't done bad though, other than
where's my Yuki
spins
hat?
And stuff.
Haven't we worked out? Oh, there he is.
There we go.
Does that now make you 4 foot smaller, Rob? There you go.
And swear a lot more.
Yeah.
I can't see over the microphone anymore.
And get out your PlayStation controller because you're too busy just playing FIFA.
I don't know one.
What's the unique feature of the McLaren? It's not very good.
Only Lando can make it go fast, apparently. Well, we'll find out next year how well Piastri does in the car.
Oh, that's a point.
Yeah.
or Alex Palou or Colton Herder or
I'm
whoever else they got
hearing
to find in
whispers
that
that
seat.
Palou's going to be in that seat.
Nah.
I was hearing
No,
that
no,
Dan will be in IndyCar.
Why would you put Palou in that seat?
Why not?
Shits and giggles.
Yeah.
He's just an unknown. If you were going to bring someone from IndyCar, it would be Colton Herder because he's a popular American
Yeah.
to get the American market.
Whereas
No one
Palou's-
else, even like Pardo Awards, basically come out and said everyone's been offered that test role kind of thing. None of us are going to get a.
No.
crack at Formula
Palou's
One.
just a foreigner, so they won't have him in there.
Yeah, but like really, if you've
Yeah.
Piastri was the F2 champion, won all the way up in that, and Palou didn't do much in F2, did he?
No, I don't think he didn't have enough money, he couldn't.
Yeah,
he only got to drive a couple of times, and same
Ran out of
thing.
cash.
Yeah, he just didn't have any financial backers.
No. David, we played
enough for IndyCar, not enough for F2.
Yeah.
No, we haven't played F1 Manager.
I watched some this morning. Watched someone else play this morning, and it's about as exciting as it sounds.
Yeah, it looks like a really, really intense like Excel spreadsheet simulator.
Yes.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd be down for that. I like a good spreadsheet.
Ooh.
That would be very interesting, putting like Max or Lewis into the McLaren now and seeing.
Lewis would complain. Lewis would complain all the time.
What's interesting though, like Lewis quite struggled at the start of the year with a difficult Mercedes. And if you think like when the McLaren was difficult at the start of 2009, he struggled a lot as well.
Yeah.
So
it'd be hard to get out of like, a fantastic car and jumping to something shit.
Yeah. You're probably, used to.
He's pretty much. He jumped out of
standard.
He jumped out of an AU Falcon and into a 180B Datsun.
What's wrong with the 180B Datsun? They're fantastic.
It's just no AU Falcon. Sorry.
No, that's true. Maybe I'm just Norris and I can just handle the power of the Datsun.
Yeah.
and find that clutch point just to take it off perfectly at the lights.
Yeah. I'm curious to see where Dan ends up and see if he can actually do well elsewhere. He hasn't really done much for a long time.
Not since he left Red Bull, really.
Yeah.
Well, he was the leader at Renault.
Yeah.
When it was Renault.
But that's saying that you're the best person to colour in at a kindergarten. The bar's not set very high.
A lot of people still think Hülkenberg deserves a race seat.
Yeah. Well, didn't he
Nico
win
Hülkenberg.
F3, F2 back to back?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think he was one of those.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with him in Formula One.
Not much, it seems.
You reckon Dan will just work on his vineyard, work on some wine, and what else does he do? Optus. He's currently playing golf for Optus.
What about Alonso, Buvy?
Yeah, what
Alonso.
He just disappeared in the race, though, didn't he?
He was there. He did all right, but
he did his job.
Yeah,
Dave.
but after Hamilton crashed him,
stop him,
he seemed to go backwards.
yeah.
Where
He ended up in front of Leclerc.
Buvy's talking about the age.
Oh,
Yeah. Alonso's a freak of nature.
yeah,
he's still younger than me.
He is the greatest rookie ever.
He's still younger than me.
And he always will be.
Yes. Well, maybe I'm having an operation later.
No comment. And I think Matt, it looks like Matt froze.
That's not saying anything.
That's I'm trying to find if there's any Piastri news, but there's not.
Right.
Should I give the FIA a call and see if I can get a
Yeah.
comment?
Direct to the contract recognition board.
Yeah.
Excuse me, we have a live stream where we need the breaking news.
Yeah, we need the breaking news to know what's going on.
Was Jev number 25?
Who?
John Eric Verne.
We.
Haven't heard his name for a while. Was he? I saw
He
him somewhere.
didn't. He would have been out before they picked the numbers.
Oh,
Possibly.
No, because the first year for the numbers was 2014, and he stayed at Toro Rosso for a couple more years, so he would have picked a number.
does that mean someone else is?
I assume Kyle is
3?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you keep it for. I think it's 2 years.
So now
before
you take
someone
a year
can
off
apply. Yeah.
and still have number 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Which they probably won't, if he's still borderline active, they probably won't let someone else take it.
Oh, okay.
Probably. I think there's only one number that someone's taken twice. I'm trying to remember because it was one of the 2014 drivers that disappeared.
Oh, okay. And they can
Someone
keep
could
it.
probably fact check it.
Fact check it. I'm
Yeah.
surprised Buvy's not on it already.
Where do we stand with the Mercedes big white numbers on the side? I know the commentators loved it. I thought it looked a bit like they just stuck some stickers on the side of the car. You know, the big round white.
I think I told you ages ago. I think it's because they read the rule book that says you have to have a very, very visible number on the side of your car.
Yeah.
And the conspiracy theory was that we're going to mention it later, saying that no one's been driving a legitimate car with the correct numbers. Because, people are got plenty of time on their hands.
I'm just going through all the numbers. All right, so for the fact checking here, number 4 has been used by Chilton and Norris. Number 6 has been used by Nico Rosberg and King Latifi.
Ooh.
I would have thought you would have been right on that one, Rob.
No.
9 was Ericsson and Mazepin. So 9 kind of, I probably wouldn't be going near that. 22 is Button and Tsunoda. 28, Will Stevens and Brendan Hartley. 88, Rio Haryanto and Robert Kubica. And 99 was Adrian Sutil and Antonio Giovinazzi.
So there's plenty of numbers left over.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No one's used 15 yet.
Okay.
Got the mighty number 6 up right now.
No 29 is then the next one. And then after that, there's heaps of gaps.
So, Rob, just to clarify again, the Latifi rule. Latifi has not finished last in a race because Bottas and Hamilton both did not finish, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
I'm just making sure.
So he still has not finished last in a race in 2 years or something?
Okay, so
maybe ever. So
if he crashes out, but if he's the second to crash out, also not last.
Correct.
Okay, I'm just clarifying the rules for everyone else who's playing at home.
Yes. I wish I could bet on this. This could be a good money maker. Because it's probably lower.
Rob, if at the end of the season Latifi hasn't,
finished done the
deed. Latifi, coefficient.
Yeah.
I'll buy you some beers.
Okay. I mean, can I just get like a little model Formula One car done up in these
Latifi colours?
Yeah.
Yes, it was, Michael. I'm not listening to this conversation, by the way.
Oh, it sounds
Dave
like
zones out when we talk about Latifi.
I just tune out and do other stuff.
yeah, well, because Latifi still hasn't scored any points, has he?
No, only person who hasn't.
Yeah, I was about to say. Does that mean he's?
Ever.
So that means he's. Yeah, well, that means he's never gonna. He's not gonna finish last in a race, but he'll finish last in the championship.
Yes.
Did
yes. Maybe.
Latifi score points previously?
No.
Yeah.
He did get points last year, didn't he?
He scored points before George did. And
yes, that's right.
And if you take Spa out of the equation, where George was gifted a second place.
Oh, come on.
You can't count Spa as a race last year.
Well, you can, because then
I think they did, Rob. They did.
They did. But yeah, if you take Spa out of the equation, Latifi would have finished in front of George.
So Rob, in the 3 years that Latifi has been racing the Formula One moto car, he has scored a total of 7 points, which he did in one season.
Yes.
So currently,
impressive.
Yeah, it is.
How many points have you scored?
Well, I played. I've played F1 on the PlayStation, and I turn it on to max difficulty, so that means that I can lap people multiple times. And as we also know, Rob, if you overtake a car that has broken down, they get disqualified.
Yes.
Everyone knows that rule now. And also the checkered flag means one lap to go. We all know the rules.
Yes.
So when do you think Latifi will score another point, Rob?
Never.
2020.
Yeah, I'm never.
Did that come through?
Yeah,
or was that too quiet?
I was ignoring you, Dave.
Because Rob, I don't think Latifi will be there next year.
No. I don't think it'll be in Williams, but I think it'll be in F1. We got
As in like a different F1, like the Wish Store F1 that runs down in Canada somewhere.
Dad's gonna buy F1, and maybe he ends up in the McLaren seat.
Well, I think I've heard whispers that he's in line to get a seat at Audi.
Is that because Daddy's going to buy it? Daddy, buy me a race car.
We haven't discussed this yet.
I was trying to get a segue going here.
Yeah.
Well played.
Audi coming in 2026.
As an engine or a team?
That's forever away.
Well, I know. When they announced it, I'm like, have we got to wait that long?
Yeah.
I heard it was an engine, but it won't be for a while, but they still did a mock-up car.
Yeah, that's just the 2022 mock-up that they have. They just keep changing.
I think the key thing is, though, that they're going to be with Sauber by the looks. And Sauber doesn't have a sponsor anymore from the end of next year. So Audi's going to be bankrolling it. So from the outside, it will look like an Audi.
Okay.
Yeah. And you'll probably have like the Audi sponsors, like they always have Bosch on their cars. I'm trying to think of who else is kind of on there usually.
So will they get new drivers if Audi are, bankrolling this? Will it work like the Canadian Bucks, where it's like, well, obviously Audi's son needs to drive, and we'll pick a small child from, Audi Town?
Yeah, I don't think it will be as bad. They might want a German influence, but Tom Christensen was there forever, which he's Finnish or something in the Le Mans days.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're really, we need to have Germans in the car, like what Mercedes has done so well over the years.
I saw David Schumacher getting fitted for a seat today, Ralph's son. So he could be he should
with
be
who?
ready. Don't know.
Haas?
Don't know. Not F1. I think it's like
Toyota.
It's like Toyota.
We sold the wrong fucking son.
Yeah, how many kids do the Schumachers have?
Lots, it seems.
I was going to say,
Michael has 2.
Yeah.
where's the other one?
Is it
What's her choice?
He has a daughter as well, doesn't he?
Daughter. Yeah, Ginny, I think her name is.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if David's going to be worse than Mick.
Well, I mean, the bar's not
Well,
set very high, Rob.
It's in the genes.
Yeah. And you guys want to
Yeah.
get rid of Latifi.
No, we don't want to get rid of him, Rob. He's going to get rid of himself. When you don't score any points,
Formula One gets rid of him.
yeah, because Rob, at the end of the year, they call him into the office and he goes, Dad, son, I noticed you haven't really been getting any points for me. And he's like, yeah, about that. Can you buy me a new car? And he goes, I've been buying you cars since you were born. How about you take up a new hobby?
I bought a quarter of McLaren and they won't let you drive there.
Yeah.
What else do you want?
Hey, Latifi, have you thought about taking up the guitar? It's a lot cheaper and I don't have to do as much.
McLaren do
Like
have
another
a spare
famous Canadian.
McLaren do still have a spare seat. You never know. Latifi may go there.
Well,
Daddy may pull some strings. Daddy
he's
may
got
have
as much
paid out.
chance.
Daddy may have paid out. Danny.
You know where I see Latifi? I see him managing a go-kart center in Canada. And you know what he's going to have, Rob? He's going to have a picture of him when he finished, I don't know, whenever he got those 7 points. It's going to have a photo of him crossing the line and goes, kids, see that? I got 7 points that day. What about any other day? Shut up, kid. I got 7 points that day. Don't ask me any more questions.
The 7 points were across a couple of 2 or 3 races, weren't they?
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it wasn't a high finish. It was like a 10th,
There was
9th.
like seven 10th place finishes in the season. Did a real consistent 10.
No, it wasn't that good. But he didn't finish last.
No, that's true. The old Rob rule, as we are now calling it. Because he's so Latifi's gone next year then. That frees up a seat.
Yeah.
So he can bring in some more people.
Who's coming in?
Ralph's son, I heard.
Piastri.
Oh, Piastri can come in. Whatever Ralph's son's called, David. Bring in one of the Schumachers. That's all right. Find a good one.
Here we go.
One of them's bound to be good. There's always a good Schumacher and there's always a forgotten one. I think we've got the forgotten one first. Let's get the good one in. He'll win 7 championships. And then the other one will be like, that's right, he had a brother. I forgot about him.
The family genes went the opposite way with the
It
siblings.
skipped a generation.
Here we go.
Yeah, I can see Latifi having a new Instagram account.
He got 7th in Hungary and 9th in Belgium last year.
Kyle's already done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
Kyle's all on this.
Kyle's on top of it.
I thought he got half. Oh, no, he came 9th in Belgium, so 1 point.
Yeah, because it was only half points.
Yeah.
Because it was a race, but it was a short race.
So even when he got points, it wasn't a real race.
It wasn't really a race.
Under Rob rules, he's only got 6 points.
Didn't Sonoda get a point for fastest lap as well?
I think so.
But did he get?
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Is that where he got his? He got his points.
Yeah.
So does he? When you finish like 4th in a race, do they give you like a little trophy that no one sees, but you get to keep at home?
No.
Like, you know how Dan has like a copy of the Monza win? Obviously, that sits at home, pride and place. Does Latifi have like a participation award? You finish 9th, or at Spa?
No, maybe.
And then he'll hang it up at the go-kart center that he's going to work at, that his dad's going to buy him.
Does George Russell have one for coming second?
So
he's got a little trophy.
If that was the last race of the year, there would have been an outrage.
Rob,
Massey would have got the arse.
Me,
Rob, I've got a question for you, right?
Yes.
So you were saying that King Latifi, would have done better in the championship last year if it wasn't for Spa.
Maybe. Hang on.
We seem to have a bit. Bit of backtracking here.
Hang on.
Kyle, participation trophies are for the kids, the backlot kids. The
Hang on,
two,
let me get my participation. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 6. Eddie, hang on.
No, we're only critical of King Latifi, Bargy.
yeah, everyone else is fine.
Maybe
Actually,
Mick Schumacher.
You know who's growing on me? Albon. I think he's
Oh, Albon's. I've been an Albon fan since he came in.
I'm only jumping on the bandwagon the last, this season.
I think Albon should have been kept at Red Bull. I think now, given the time, I think he'd probably be doing a better job than what Perez is doing now.
Oh, really?
He needed time. The problem was he did half a season with Toro Rosso, and then Gasly got kicked out. And then he did have that full season, but he was starting to get, a bit of momentum in that. But realistically, he's only had 2 seasons of Formula One to be judged on. Whereas, say, Perez was in F1 for like 10 years.
Do you feel like Red Bull just have too many choices and they're just like, I don't know, we'll just take this guy this time?
At the time, I think they were, because Dan was close to Max, or like they were fairly even, like they just figured, we'll just plug in another person that's going to be close to Max. And now they've probably realized that, Dan was actually probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't have, or done more not to let him go.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
That was
DTM.
That was a good year of DTM, but it had the worst last race.
I remember. I never saw it, but I remember there was lots of crashes or something, wasn't there? And, people taking people out deliberately, and
Lawson
really?
Lawson was in first or second and got T-boned by one of the other guys who just plowed through the corner. It was like watching Forza Motorsport racing online. Yeah, he should have won it. Lawson should have won the championship, and
Anyway, Gasly is pretty talented.
Yeah.
I don't
like
mind
to see
Gasly.
I'd like to see Gasly move to Alpine. I want to see him outside of
fireworks.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
Yeah,
the Drive to Survive needs some more material.
Yeah, well, we need back like the Perez Ocon kind of.
Yeah.
We've seen it in the past. He doesn't mind, having a crash with a teammate. So it'll liven up the midfield.
Exactly, and that's what we're here for. No one cares about it in front.
Will be okay. They'll have a full episode on Dan's the old Seb retiring domino effect.
Yeah,
of just causing some shit, and then they're having a laugh. Because I think he's just like, I'm going to retire, and then someone's told him, this is going to cause trouble. He was like, don't care, I've already ordered a yacht. I've got, what color should my yacht be? Should I have it green, or obviously it's going to be Monaco because of the weather.
Definitely not going to be red.
Yeah. He'll get a red one and sink it straight away just to prove a point.
All right. So I'm just trying to see through our notes on what we haven't, because there was a fair bit to unpack this week.
There was a lot.
Yeah. I see someone put in the note which drivers could have a super license by the time Audi's in to drive for them.
If Audi has a team, are there people on the horizon that can...
it's about 20 years ago. 20 years from now, so...
Yeah, the problem is 4 years away, which I'd say they'll go for the typical one big name and then probably bringing in someone new.
Yeah.
And probably going for a name.
Hamilton?
Hamilton would be gone by then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe Mercedes would have got rid of him by then, and he'll be wanting to do a Schumacher, maybe, or come back.
One of the Schumachers?
One of them.
Yeah, well, see, you could
Ralph.
nearly look at like a Junior Ralph, depending on what the results are like.
Yeah. Because I
So-
thought Junior Ralph may have raced for Audi, didn't he? I think.
I have no idea. I remember hearing that there was a Junior Ralph and figuring,
Yeah.
well, that's going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
No, he'll be the good one. I reckon he'll be the good one, Dave. It'll
Well, he might be, because Yost didn't really have a spectacular F1 career.
No. He's a bit
But then also, you look at the Rosbergs. They both got one lucky championship.
Oh. Oh, this sounds like Rob and his Latifi dreams. You know, he got lucky with his...
Latifi hour's over.
See how he went real quiet about
I know.
beating Russell in the championship, taking Spa out of it.
Also,
Someone was
Speaking
making
of,
up facts without doing the research.
speaking of...
I'm really bad with maths, all right?
Other favourite Canadian driver is Lance staying around for next year? Or they're having a stock take sale and get rid of
I
him?
don't think they've quite given up on the dream.
You reckon Papa Stroll's just still holding on?
It will be interesting to see how Alonso goes there next year against him. Because Seb's definitely... Seb hasn't been the Red Bull Seb that we had, whereas Alonso's still up there. Like, he's pretty much running with Ocon this year. So
There just seems like a lot of people that... Yeah. They should just have their own racing series.
well, that would be smart. Then they could actually win.
That's true. You reckon
But
Latifi still wouldn't win? He'd find a way to
no,
win.
because Stroll would probably beat him. But I don't mind them coming into the sport and spending bulk amounts of money, and essentially making other teams better and things like that.
Yeah.
But do you think after a while they should be like, obviously you've done nothing with the Aston Martin name. We're going to sell it to Andretti and give him 5 years to give it a go.
Well, that whole thing's gone quiet-ish.
I think he'll still try.
Yeah. Well, it's funny how the FIA came out like the day before the Audi announcement and said Andretti's aren't the only ones looking to enter. They're just the most vocal. And then the Audi announcement comes out. But the Audi announcement was, we aren't doing our own team. We're going to partner with someone else. Like, it was quite strange for them to, kind of hint that someone like Audi is coming in as a factory team, and then Audi makes the announcement straight away, and no, we are only doing engines.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is that trying to tell Andretti that you can't have a team, maybe make a motor if you can?
Yeah.
Well,
can you make a motor? No. Okay, then back you go.
I think you need to probably spend more money making a motor than what you do.
Yeah. Well, I
making
think
a team at the
maybe
moment.
that's what they're trying to say. You can join. You can join, but you need lots and lots of money.
Yeah,
and make it an engine, and then join another team.
Well, they've got Renault engines, so
yeah.
When Alpine gives up because they're already in like the 7th year of their 3-year plan to greatness, it's a bit like a 2-week snap lockdown in Melbourne. Renault has these 3-year plans that somehow have still we're still not at the end of the first 3-year plan because we changed the name of the team and Dan left and
we're still in lockdown, aren't we?
No, the 3 months, the 3-week lockdown ended after 2 years, Rob. So it's all good.
Really? What?
Yeah.
Why didn't anyone tell me? I've been sitting
There's
here
an
all day
election. Everything's cool. There's an election coming.
I thought this is why we're on this thing, doing video chats and stuff.
No, Dave just didn't want you coming near his house.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Do you have purple lights there?
You weren't supposed to tell him.
Do you have,
Oh,
do you have
what do
pink
you?
purple lights?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's.
I think I do need a fancy light setup though. Like you've got, this fancy. You've got
Moody.
like a guitar, and I've got a crappy blind and
Yeah.
off-white wall.
Yeah.
I'll move the desk soon. You can have all the guitars behind me.
Ooh.
Maybe you could be the Canadian guitarist that
Yeah, I could be.
Oh.
Latifi's looking to become.
What was his name?
Brian
Jacques
Adams?
Villeneuve.
Jacques Villeneuve. Yeah.
Oh, that,
Yeah. We're talking about Formula One drivers who become Canadian artists.
play some classical gas, Rob.
Do
What
I
a- what a-
mute him or just time out or something?
That's enough of that. Put that back where it belongs.
Back on the wall just for you to look at.
Yeah.
Yep. Didn't even break it. It's swinging.
Yes, Ferrari was asking everything as a question in the strategy.
Is the car running?
Question.
Question.
Is your fridge running? Question.
Question. Do you have walls
Is
in
there
your
4
house?
tyres on the car? Question.
Yeah.
Would you like a sandwich for lunch? Question.
Rob
Or
even
would you
gets
like pasta?
the accent right.
Yeah.
Question.
Hey, Dave, do you want to meet my special guest now that it's well past the 40-minute mark?
Well, yeah.
Rob's already seen it, but I put a lot of effort into this. So here's my special guest. Say hello to the Ferrari chief strategist. He's come down for the day. Now, Dave, he's here for a new TV show that I may have helped produce called Are You Smarter Than a Ferrari Chief Strategist? So I'm going to ask you a question, and you and Rob have to answer it for me, okay?
I am all ears. Yes.
Here we go. It's a beautiful sunny day in Belgium. You need to put on some tires on one of your cars. Do you A, put on softs, B,
Yes.
hards,
Yes.
C, intermediate, D, a combination of hard and soft in the front and back just to give like a wacky combination.
I'd go
Yes.
softs.
Rob,
Yes.
you're both wrong. You meant to ask your driver what they want. You're not making any of these decisions. I thought you would have learnt that by now.
Would you
So we're
like my
both wrong.
tires now? Yes.
Neither of you are smarter than Mr.
Yes.
Chief. Right? He will live here from now on.
Okay.
Is that actually a photo of the strategist? Or is that
What?
just some random photo?
No, that's actually him, and it may even be on a potato with some skewers, and he lives in a mug.
I just love that they bought Leclerc in to put the soft tires on so he'd go out and get a point for the fastest lap. Didn't get fastest lap and got a 5-second penalty for the pit lane
Well, the,
speeding and
They
lost
They
3
also-
points.
the sensor was broken.
Yeah,
the
but he ended
little-
up losing. He ended up losing 3 points.
But what was it, Alonso he came out behind?
I think so.
Or was it Ocon?
I thought no, he was in front of Alonso. I thought because he lost a place to. Or did he pass Alonso?
I think it was one of the Alpines. But when if you're looking at where we're going to filter back,
Yeah,
but just from a logical point of view, even whether Alonso or Ocon, realistically, why would you? It's going to be borderline with one of the Alpines. No, you don't make that decision to go for it because you know that the two of them are going to be a bastard to try and get past.
yeah.
Like it's not like you're coming up behind Latifi, say, although Mr. Unpredictable over the weekend. But it's not like you're just going to blow by one of the Alpines in that car. So why would you make that decision? And then they were that far off. Like you would have had data to go, okay, his laps, like 3 seconds faster than what we've currently done. Even if we bolt on softs for one lap, we're not going to be able to match that.
Yeah.
Like I-
What lap did Max get fastest lap? It was he still had
probably
15.
lap 2 or something while he was overtaking 3 blokes.
Yeah, because he got it. I think I heard he still had like 30 liters of fuel in the car when he got his fastest lap, or 30 kilos of fuel. Like it was far
was-
from the end.
I think it was early on that final stint, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And then
Do you reckon he
McRae couldn't
overtook
do it.
everyone, forgot that he needed a fastest lap, and then went off and did a fastest lap?
He probably they're like, oh, you got to be, you've got like 3Ks clear this lap. You're
Yeah.
not going to overtake anyone. Go for it now.
Just
Just
slow
like
down.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, they set his steering wheel language to Japanese just to make it more difficult for a race.
Was that true, or was that just trolling? Like, is that just Christian Horner trolling, or was that
I think the best one Christian Horner said was the about the flooring being 10 millimeters, and he said my wife doesn't really matter about size, so 10 millimeters is not much. He has to be the coolest F1 director there has ever been.
He's just gone. He's like, we have the best car this year. I'm just going full troll.
He
Like,
does not
I don't
care at this
care.
point. He's like, I'm married to Ginger Spice, and no one can catch my car. Now I'm going to go back to my castle and ride a horse. You guys can fight over second. In fact, you know what? I'm going to take second as well. I'm going to make a new team, start them this late into the season, put another Red Bull car, and just steal spots.
What we're going to do is secretly give AlphaTauri all the drawings.
Don't make it look too obvious, but here's a book.
Yeah. Dan's race wasn't spectacular, was it?
No. It was,
The strategy didn't help, but he They're probably better not to say anything about that.
yeah.
It's the car. It's the car.
Someone showed up, they went for a drive, not very good, he got upset, and everyone sat down with him.
Speaking of Dan and McLaren, what the fuck is press shopping more?
What?
What's
That was what was on the side of the McLarens.
Oh, they're like the sponsor.
Yeah. Now, is it a shop or
it's a
something
shop. It's a shop, Dave. I've done
that sells cigarettes?
No.
I don't think that is. I think one of the other brands on there is like vapes.
Yeah, but I know in Australia, so we had in Melbourne, OTR was on the side of the car, which that was because OTR are one of the biggest one of the biggest purchasers of cigarettes in Australia.
Yeah.
That then resell. So they basically were offered it very cheap, and they got a discount on cigarettes or something.
On the run?
You can
Do they
buy,
sell cigarettes there?
I don't know. Their deals
But
are you can buy a waffle and a can of drink for €2.
Ooh.
Is that good?
I think that's a pretty good deal.
That's about what, $4 or $5 Australian?
Probably 4.
Depends on how good the waffle is, I suppose.
I mean, it doesn't look good, and it's a can of something.
A can of something.
Can
of
Red Bull. Strudel mix. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm looking at their LinkedIn. I still don't know what the hell they do.
I want a spin-off show just called Mr. Spice, and it's just you wake up with him in the morning, and he rides his horse to his
I
car.
can imagine it being like a Putin kind of documentary.
Yeah,
riding around on a horse with his top off and painted on abs and stuff.
And then brainwashing his kids to be like, we love Max, and who do we not like? Lewis. I'm like, yes, my child, you have learned. And
Who's
who
the
else
second
don't we
driver?
like?
I don't know who's our second driver.
Yeah.
I don't even care about that
Do
car.
we have a second driver? I don't care. He's probably some peasant and probably change.
What are you saying, Bargy?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is prime cut rib, well-cooked Wagyu steak chat.
Yeah, it's going downhill. We're getting later on in the night, I guess.
Yeah, it's turned into 7-Eleven sausages again. They're good.
It's probably good that there isn't much alcohol consumed while we're doing this.
Oh, we need to do a live show where we just drink. That would be
Because
fantastic.
then it would really go off the rails.
That would start off the rails.
Yeah. That's why I said not much alcohol being consumed.
Looks like a Monster Energy can or
Monster,
something.
Yeah, I was about to say.
What was Rockstar? Was the
Rockstar was the
Star
other
one,
Oh,
wasn't
one.
it?
Rockstar, yeah, that's it. Rockstar.
What happened to Rockstar?
What happened to Mother?
They changed their recipe because the first one was disgusting.
Yeah, the second one was actually half decent.
They're
I
all
remember I drank the
disgusting.
first one.
Like, I haven't drunk a Red Bull in 8 years or something.
Oh, you know what I did try? I actually tried it with when was it? Probably 4 years ago. I think it was the Lewis Hamilton energy drink or Dan Ricciardo. One of them had a energy drink, and I drank it. And I could see through time.
There was cans of Monster, I think, that were Lewis Hamilton edition.
Yeah, that's the one I drank.
I'm pretty sure I got like a Jamie Wincup Red Bull once as well.
I quit Red Bull and cigarettes in the same day.
What?
Yeah, it was I used to stop at the servo on the way to work, pick up a pack of ciggies and a can of Red Bull each morning, and I had my first ciggy with a can of Red Bull. And I quit smoking cigarettes, so I quit drinking Red Bull.
And then your heart probably went back to went from like 100 back down to normal.
I'd like to say that, but
Hamilton Monster, that's right.
It's still coming down.
that was a long time ago. I saved so much money. That's how I bought my first sports car.
Toyota 86 doesn't count as a sports car.
Subaru BRZ, thank you very much.
BRZ. It's the same fucking thing.
86, same thing.
Can't they
Put
all
lipstick
come
on a
out with
pig, it's still a pig.
You take the badges off a Toyota, it says Subaru on the other side.
Don't you love how all the BRZ owners get touchy when you say it's a Toyota 86?
Yeah. What was the higher up Magna? The Mitsubishi Magna, the higher one, the luxury one, Verada, not Verada or no.
VRX or something?
There was a luxury Magna.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
But
Have a seatbelt or something, or like leather seats.
I think it had aircon.
Ah.
Did it have paint, unpeelable paint?
Did it have all leather vinyl in the inside?
There we go.
Verada. He's an old guy. And every time we said he had a Magna, he's like, "No, it's a Verada." And then once he finally got rid of it, he actually bought a Toyota 86.
A Subaru 86? Is that what they called it?
Subaru 86.
The old Subaru 86.
Yeah, the
So
Subaru
it
It
86.
took them 85 goes to get it right, and then they finally nailed it on number 86.
Toyota's marketing department did really well with that car. Like Toyota.
Please explain.
Toyota 86 owners were like, "Oh, it's just like the AE 86." I'm like, "That was a Corolla hatchback." I'm like, "You've got a coupe, complete different body style. Just because it has 86 in the name doesn't mean it's a Corolla." Yes, I did see that Buvy, and I want it. I want a two-door wagon.
He was right last week. That's Rob's car.
Yeah. I want a two-door wagon. That's my dream.
My favorite car is the Canyonero, but not the F series. I don't want the lipstick holder.
I just want a Total Lexan. The greatest Holden there ever was.
No, that's the VL.
Yeah, the VL is the greatest Holden ever made. Even I know that.
With the heart of Nissan.
Yeah.
It was
Finally
a
had a good
team
engine.
effort.
Yeah.
All of the good Holdens came with different companies'
Yeah.
engines.
Well, they came with a different company's body, really.
The VL was a VL body, wasn't it? Where'd that come from?
The chassis started off as what was that, an Opel?
Vauxhall or Opel, one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's pretty much the same thing. You know, they're cousins.
Yeah, if you see them,
It's just different names.
Yeah.
It's like a 86 and a BRZ. Just
Yeah,
different
the
names,
old
but same
BRZ
thing.
86.
There we go.
Omega, that's right.
Omega.
Opel
That's it.
Omega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's-
like
that's
Opel
why
and
the-
Holden in Australia.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's like Holden and anything really.
Holden isn't anything
No,
now. Holden's gone.
yeah, we're just holding on.
Not anymore.
And GM aren't even GM. They just got paid. They got bought out by the US government because they couldn't pay their bills. Well, funded by the US government.
That's a bailout, Rob. That's different.
Yeah, bailout. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. See?
Poor Dave. His favourite cars are being attacked.
Oh no. Yeah,
I've moved on.
he finally bought a German car and realised that there is a
German customer service is bullshit.
yeah.
What? Sorry, what was that?
You buy the car, then you
I
go
sh-
to a. You buy
I
the
should
car,
have
then
bought
you
a Volkswagen because then at least I knew I was going to get shit customer service.
I bought my car. I walked out of the dealership, and I've never been back. I get
Is that
serviced
because
by-
you regretted it and you don't want to show your face in the shop anymore?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, Dave, I'll send you a mechanic later. Who's much better. Way better.
It's not even like I've got an issue with the way that they treat you.
You should try Subaru.
Or Toyota?
Toyota. I thought Toyota were bad.
Hmm.
These guys, and this is a particular dealership.
Yeah.
Just these guys are on next fucking level. Like Toyota were arrogant. These guys are out of control, and it's one particular dealership.
I had an issue with the service manager or the assistant service manager at Subaru Docklands. I took my car there.
Service manager or assistant manager?
Assistant service manager, I think. I can't remember one of them. Some dude there. I kept a record of whenever I did mods because I had an issue with the car, and they knew about the issue. I emailed them going, "I'm doing this, this, and this. Just let you know timeline." You got an email trail. You go in there and I'm trying to get the problem fixed. He's like, "Oh no, you've done too many mods. We can't warranty it." I'm like, "Look at the email trail." And then I tried to get him to fix something else. It took him 5 goes and still couldn't fix it. So I told him I took it to another mechanic and he worked out what was wrong within like 5 minutes. And
Was
fixed
that
it.
a Toyota mechanic?
Ex-Toyota mechanic. Anyway, I needed to get. They had something wrong. They had to get an engine recall and change all the valve springs. Yep. So I took it to Essendon Subaru because I'm like, I'm not going back to Docklands. Get there. It's the same manager has moved on to Essendon.
Hey,
That's
Rob,
a
did
burn.
Docklands have the test track still?
No, they didn't use it. It's all car park out the back.
Oh, I remember I went there many, many years ago and they had the Subaru test track.
Yeah, that was cool. Well, I dropped my car off to get the valves replaced, and they told me because it was on a novated lease, they had to. Because I asked them to do spark plugs while they're there since they had the engine out, and they're like, "Oh, we'll have to do a proper do it as a proper service for the novated lease." I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool." I'm like, "Don't change any of the fluids," because I just had everything just replaced, all the brake fluid, everything with like proper, good, high quality fluids. Get the car back. They've replaced all the fluids. They've charged me for it. Thank you. They've charged me for the labour to do the spark plugs, even though the engine was out of the car. They charged me like $3,000 in labour to do the because you got to pretty much pull the engine out to do the spark plugs. I'm like, the engine was out. They just had to unscrew them, screw them back in.
Yeah, but if the engine wasn't out, Rob, they would have to spend money to get out. You're just lucky that the engine was already out.
Yeah,
well, that's why the convenience tax.
Yeah, well, they wanted to charge me $80 to change the air filter, the cabin air filter. I'm like, no, leave the filter on the seat. I'll do it. I don't like Subaru. I'll never buy another one.
Why would you ask about Nissan, Jared? To be honest, my experience with Nissan has been very good. Like, yeah.
But they only sell SUVs and utes
Extra.
and a sports car that's 80 years old now that they just keep.
Yeah. Do they still sell that?
Yeah. Well, they're bringing out the new one, which is pretty much the same car but with a different body.
What's the new one, Rob?
The 380
70Z or whatever.
400Z.
400? I thought they were up to like 350.
No, they went 350, then 370. And
Oh,
now
no,
they're
they
up
did
to 400.
370.
Those 370s, I don't think they look that bad.
I like them, but it's just a 14, 15-year-old chassis.
Yeah.
And
But
now
I
they're
still,
rebodying it.
I still think they look pretty cool. They just need a turbo or something.
Yeah. They got a bit of power, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's not that much, is it? It's like 180 kilowatts or something, isn't it? It's
probably not as much.
Can someone fact check it?
Yeah,
that's what it.
Twin turbo.
That's what it needs. Twin turbo V6.
253 kilowatts and 371 newton meters of torque.
How much?
253 kilowatts and 371.
That's actually. That's not bad.
Won't be able to keep up with the Golf. Let's put that out there.
I mean, I noticed you didn't mention the Toyota 86 BRZ Turbo Overlander Edition.
There was a reason why I had the number plate slow BRZ.
But they're all slow, Rob.
They're all slow. Everyone goes, "Oh, it's so slow." I'm like, yes, I know it's slow. It's on the plate.
But it corners really good.
Yeah.
It just takes you a long time to get to the corner.
Yeah.
You know why it corners really good? Because it's going too slow to have fun through the corner.
I would get rid of my Golf for another one. Hands down, one of the funnest cars I've ever driven.
Oh, no, I had a Golf. They were pretty fun.
Well, the Golf's all right. The Golf's fast. Like, the Golf is ridiculous, especially in the wet. All-wheel drive, and the thing just spins all four wheels.
Because mine doesn't break traction.
Doesn't it?
No, it's really... Yeah, I know. Yeah. The electronic throttle is still, I think, a bit... Yeah, it's still holding it back a bit. But yeah. Anyway.
So this is not motorsport.
No, we've really gone off topic.
We have.
But, well, it's still about cars at least.
Yeah.
Rob, I just noticed something I had to fact check.
Yeah.
Your mate Latifi has only raced at Albert Park once.
Really?
And I think he's only ever going to race there once.
Because
I'm not giving you the bad news, but I don't think he's going to race at Albert Park anymore. I just noticed that.
Sing the boot in, mate.
Just
you know where else he's not going to race again?
Anywhere?
Spa. Well, he's still got Zandvoort to go, Monza, Singapore, Japan, Abu Dhabi, Brazil.
Do you reckon the last race is just going to be a whole bunch of backmarker people just really going for it to get that 1 point?
No, because they'd be going as fast as they can now.
We were going to have a movie review. Rob forgot what the movie was. And
Dave couldn't be bothered watching it.
You haven't watched it? Yes.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
I was going to watch it this Savo, but I ran out of time. I went and bought a new streaming camra.
It's going really well.
I went out and bought a potato, so I guess we all had things to do this week.
pretty much a potato at the moment.
Don't make me laugh when I've got a mouthful of water.
It's even got little legs.
I've also got little legs.
I know. See me drop that off the desk tonight and break it.
I was going to say, this is about the time I sign off and go to sleep, isn't it?
I didn't know that. There's no news about Latifi yet, so let's just hold that in the bag. Let's see if anything pops up over the week.
I think the problem at the moment is they haven't actually signed someone to replace him.
No.
Yeah.
So what will happen is that they will sign someone, Latifi will announce his retirement, and then they'll announce who's replacing him.
He'll post on Twitter that he's not racing for Williams next year after they post that he's not racing for Williams.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a Ferrari as a strategist.
No,
we've got the potato. Why do we need anything else? I don't think there's any news, guys, because it's not really a thing, is it?
No, it is,
it's not
Dave.
good.
Shut up. It is.
They're charging their batteries, all right?
Yeah. But they're doing slow charge because they got the cheap cable, so they can't do quick charge.
They're trying to find a circuit in central Melbourne where you're allowed to take those scooters.
They're doing it over the computer, so it's only 0.5 of an amp. It's like a while.
It's a big battery.
They're trying to find a micro USB cable.
That's a proprietary one. They have to find their correct.
It's some Sony proprietary cable, 1985.
Powered over a serial port.
Yeah. It takes one of the memory sticks from the Sony. What was the game? The handheld
Memory
PSP.
game. Memory game.
That's the one. Yeah. God, I bought one of them. I still got it.
So do we need to do predictions for this weekend?
Yes.
Or is it just Max is going to win?
Max is going to win.
No.
I hope Lewis is still walking to the race.
How loud are they going to be playing Max Supermax or whatever it is that song?
McLaren Lando is going to win. This is everyone's going to be there in orange to support Lando.
What about Dan? Dan's retirement run.
Dan might actually get some points before the end of the year.
You reckon?
I reckon it's going to be a close run between Dan and Latifi for who gets the most points in the next couple of races.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The man who's clearly scored points before and the man who's only scored 7. That's like saying, if I get into a car, I have the same chances winning an F1 race that Max does because they're both in cars.
Yes, that's pretty much it.
Fair enough. I'll take that. So Max is going to win. From what E-Scooter said, Max is going to come first, second, and third. Super Max fourth, Max Super fifth, Super Max sixth, and then Max seventh.
Yes.
I actually wrote down our predictions from last week, and we all predicted Max for the win.
Good work.
We might not have done so well on the second and thirds. So Matt went for the Mercedes pair.
Oh, yeah.
The podium. So you might have actually got the closest. No, Buvy went for Russell and Lando.
Okay.
So both of them finished in the points. And I went for Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. So I probably did the worst. Oh, Carlos was in the points. So Matt did the worst, picking Lewis. I think Buvy was second. Buvy was first and me second.
If picking Lewis each time makes him fly into the air, I'm picking Lewis again.
Okay. Are you going for the win?
No, Max to win, Lewis, and a random. I reckon Perez will still get there too.
Okay, you go, Perez.
And then Lewis can get third or a podium. He'll get a podium.
Yeah, there you go. Lando for the win.
Oh yeah.
Lewis second.
Oh yeah.
And Albon third.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We just don't care anymore, do we, Rob?
This could pay off one weekend.
Yeah.
If Bottas skittles everyone into the first turn.
Yeah. Bottas to take everyone out in the first turn.
Write that down, Dave.
Brake failure.
I'm going to go Max, Perez, and Carlos.
Ooh.
Carlos.
So Carlos to be in front of Leclerc at the end of the season in the championship?
Oh, the way it's going.
Yeah, I think so. How far
I
down the
reckon,
ladder do you
I
reckon
reckon
Leclerc will
Michael's
be?
pretty close. Can he? How far ahead of the two Mercedes drivers is he?
Not that far. He's 16 points in front of Russell and 40 points in front of Hamilton.
Do we think Mercedes can get second in the constructors?
Oh, yeah.
They're only
Yes.
40
Yeah.
points behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
God, I
easily.
reckon Alpine can probably beat them. They're 200 behind at the moment. Can Ferrari actually lose points somehow? Do you reckon they're in for a bit of a race where they actually like cheat
Get negative
somehow?
points.
Yeah, or end up losing points from a race because they've been caught cheating.
How can you be that shit and then be cheating? I mean, that'd be embarrassing if it turned out that Ferrari was cheating by getting, like, I don't know, strategies off the internet or stealing them off Mercedes.
I went on a golf weekend once with a supplier and I was cheating for my score and I still came last.
So you are the Ferrari of golf.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm surprised I didn't catch fire.
You're almost like the Latifi of golf players.
I did crash my golf cart a few times though, and I spun it.
Like deliberately because you just won the race, like Max should do, or
I'm gonna say deliberately.
It's less embarrassing that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
So do we think Williams will come last in their constructors?
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
they've only
Aston
got one
Martin's
point scorer.
Aston Martin's
Yeah.
only 20 points in front.
That means Latifi's going to have to win 2 races.
Yeah.
I was going to say that means Albon needs to score 20 points. He's doing all the heavy lifting.
Yeah. Latifi's holding the back of it going, I'm also carrying it. It's so heavy.
What was with Latifi taking out Bottas?
He didn't touch him, did he?
Yes.
I think he just made
What's
a simple
yeah?
It was close.
It was a simple mistake.
Yeah. The cool shot.
The worst bit about that crash, though, was that Bottas gets buried and Latifi's just like, nothing to see here, off I drive.
He managed to keep
guaranteeing I won't finish last.
Yeah.
Latifi was like, happy birthday, motherfucker. How's your Mercedes drive now?
Do you reckon he did that because he knows the Rob has said that he'll never come last?
Yeah.
So he's like, I'll just take out Bottas. Off I go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That guarantees. Yeah.
Guaranteed.
For another, I've only got 7 rounds to go.
Yeah.
I need to keep
Ever.
this streak.
Ever.
Yeah.
And he did get the Q3 the other week on merit.
In the wet at Silverstone.
Yeah.
Is that going
that's
up on
like-
the wall at the go-kart centre?
That's like saying he scored points at Spa last year.
No. But no. Wet's the great equaliser.
Yep.
But what does he get for getting to Q3, Rob? Like, do you get a trophy? Do
He
you get
gets
a hat?
passed by a lot of cars in the race
Yeah. He gets
because
was
he's
he
not
good at
where
it?
he should be on the grid.
And the start he had was fantastic. He got between Russell and Gasly before they destroyed everyone and tried to kill Zhou.
So what you're saying is there'll be a photo of that on his desk when he's like 60 years old and go, kids, gather round.
Yeah.
This is
On
where
this
I got
one day, I qualified in Q3.
and I got a good start. I got a real good start.
Everybody teased me for going out in Q1 every weekend, but this
What are you
Number
guys
3.
going to do? What are you guys going to do next year when Latifi's not in?
We'll find someone else.
Stroll.
The second,
Lance-
I don't care.
Lance Stroll.
I don't care about Stroll.
Don't care.
You
He's
guys
good.
only head into
Latifi
the,
has never finished last.
Yeah, that's the
Oh, no.
Hang on. I'm looking at the moment, and there is no 20th position, but it doesn't tell me for retirements though.
Yeah.
Formula 2.
Hang on, let me click
He
on.
probably
a lot
wouldn't
of
have finished last in Formula 2, though, would he?
No.
Because he was with the best team.
Yeah.
The lowest he finished was 19th in 2020,
2029. He got first, third, fourth, first. It's a good little start right there.
Did he?
Second in the championship.
He didn't actually win the championship, though, did he?
No,
second.
Yeah.
Which is better than.
Yeah, but at the moment, Michael, who would you say was worse?
He did better than Sonoda.
In that, how many seasons had Sonoda done at that point?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because Latifi was there for, 5 years?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But he's 40s, and he's almost up there with Alonso.
Latifi? Oh, he's not that bad. But he was in F2 for a long time.
Yeah, he was.
So he's a bit of a Joyland Palmer.
Yeah.
So, Rob's going to read out some Latifi facts for you. Championships, 0. Wins, 0. Podiums, 0. Pole positions, 0. Fastest laps, 0. Career points, 7. Entries, 53.
Q3 appearances, 1.
Finished last, 0. Oh, yeah. Hang on. I think I found it. 2020 Turkish Grand Prix was the last time he finished last.
I thought you said he never finished last.
No, I wasn't sure if it was. I can't remember.
Is this another made-up stat? Like he scored more points than Russell last year?
This was a stat. This was a stat they said on the broadcast, the Sky News broadcast. He hadn't finished last for so ever long. I can't remember. Don't ask hard questions.
And Rob took that as he's never finished last. He's the best.
Yeah.
I never finished last.
Is this just turned into a photo session?
We're just having photo time now.
Yeah. This has really gone off the rails. So I think we've covered about a third of the notes, maybe.
We did it right.
Go back. Matt Junk, are we there? The movie review?
We couldn't do a movie review because
nobody's watched the movie.
No.
Have you watched the movie, Matt?
What was the movie?
Go Kart?
I couldn't see what it was written on the thing. It just said Robert Forgotten.
Yeah. Did you watch Robert's Forgotten?
It's a movie about a man who just forgets things. I think it was called Memento.
Yeah. I will watch it this weekend, maybe.
I will watch it this weekend.
Yeah. In between Q1 and Q2. I actually realised I've been looking forward to the Japan Grand Prix, so we actually have a race that's actually on during the day. And
it's the same day as Bathurst.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be in the UK, so it's going to be on at a shit time over there.
Well, that's whose fault's that, Rob?
And this one's on at 1 a.m.
Which, really?
The Netherlands, apparently.
Oh, yeah, I think it was last year.
Which is an absolute pain in the ass because Portland's on Monday morning as well.
Is it?
And I have to be in the office Monday morning.
Well, whose fault's that, Dave?
So, that's my boss's fault for making me go to work. Well, the bank's fault for wanting their money back or something.
I got 11 p.m.
Is it 11?
Yeah.
That's not as bad then. For some reason in my calendar, it's 1.
Russia's not on.
Yeah, they got rid of Russia.
11. Yeah.
Why was that?
Why'd they get rid of Russia?
Never
Tiny little
invaded
man
anyone.
wanted to go on an adventure and just start taking stuff.
Don't forget, 31st of October, Mexican Grand Prix, 7 a.m. start.
Ooh.
Tequila's at my house.
Hey.
We're doing a Mexican breakfast.
Is that just tequila?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
tequila.
I'll probably have to be at work that morning as well.
I probably won't be.
The tequila's in my house. Work from home. Work from my home with tequila in your hand. A margarita.
Well,
I make
sometimes,
margaritas.
and because my IT department's a bit slow,
No.
I can't. Well, my computer doesn't work at home.
Sometimes.
Anyway,
Maybe the Mexican race is where Latifi scores his final points of his career.
Yeah. You don't want to miss that.
Yeah.
don't tell Rob.
You know what I heard? I heard Rob Latifi in his last race is going to do a lap of honor in his AE86 BRZ WRX
Nice.
car and do like a super lap, and all his fans will wave to him.
I think if I was here, I would have said, "Oh, you could do a watch along for the Japanese race,
Oh yeah,
and you guys can just complain about Hamilton while everyone watches you."
I mean,
I don't complain.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
When have I ever complained about Hamilton?
Yeah, I don't complain about Hamilton. I just point out his shortcomings.
He's very short.
Yeah, see, I can do that. Look at him; he's teeny tiny in the little picture.
Yeah.
If he was actually if him and George Russell had to walk back, would George Russell beat him back just because he's got longer legs?
Yeah.
Do you think it would turn into a race like Days of Thunder style in the hospital?
Yeah.
No, but I think Russell would run around him like that little dog in the cartoon, saying, "What are we going to do next, Lewis? What are we going to do? What are we going to do?"
I suppose I don't have a photo of him at a park bench sitting down going, "Oh, I better rest my legs." It's getting
My
old.
teeny tiny legs.
Yeah.
So we're gonna work out a live viewing of.
Yeah. Grand Prix.
Soto would send a message to him and say, "Slow down, George. George, you can come back to the shed, but you got to wait for your friend."
George, would you like new shoes? Yes.
Question. You got to add the question at the end.
No question. No, yes.
Is little George hungry? Question. We have snacks in the back.
Question.
I wish Ferrari came on the radio when Carlos's car was on fire, going, "Do you need a fire extinguisher?" Question. Do you need a handbrake?
That was one of the most ridiculous things watching that, though. The car just rolling backwards down the hill on fire.
Flames coming up, and he's just like, "Oh,
Okay. Please stop moving, car."
I would have just jumped out and went, "Fuck it, I'm okay."
Yeah.
Somebody else's problem now.
That's the race engineer. He's busy.
Not in my job description.
Yeah.
Carlos,
I drive forward.
hold the brake. We'll be there soon. Yeah. Carlos dies from burning in the car holding the brakes on. But then again, if he jumped out of the car and the car rolled back, it would have just went straight to Leclerc. It would have just timed perfectly. The memes would have been amazing.
On that note,
I think we've covered
I think
everything.
it's time to except for all the other stuff that we didn't cover. But
That's
we'll have plenty of time to cover stuff next week because we've only got Zandvoort and Portland to cover next week.
Zandvoort.
So
yeah. All right.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Thanks,
See you all.
everyone.
All right.